on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
Now here's Edwards.
Come on, man.
He's got 11. That shot off the mark.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
To the paint. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation. Here's White. 6 points for him. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Brown. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant, not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And both free throws good for Brown. And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Now here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Edwards.
Okay, you can start hitting Horford, bro.
6 on the shot clock. Tries again. No. 4 for 9 from the floor down.
Listen, offensively, they're very
y'all
comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Tatum's got room. Again, the miss by Boston.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Pass to Gobert. Edwards for 3. And that basket makes him 5 for 10.
Come on, hey, you done? Come on.
So far.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Now here's Randall. No made baskets yet. Knocks down the triple.
3 points. And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Here's Edwards. He's got 17. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Pass to Brown. 15 seconds left in the opening quarter. Ooh, a terrific shot on the turnaround.
How many? You through? Gotta get done, bro.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown working in that mid-range area. This guy knows it's got to be a part of your game.
Outside Edwards. Over White. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was dominant this quarter, scoring it.
The Timberwolves, 17.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Randall on the screen. Edwards with it. Picked up by Tatum. Edwards gets the bucket. You're a good person to ask this, Doris. Why do so many point guards turn into successful coaches?
Yeah, I think, obviously, Brian, as a point guard, you're responsible for knowing every position on the floor, where they're supposed to be at all times. And you're also sort of thinking like a coach already. This person hasn't had a bucket in a while. How do I get them in a position to make them successful? So I think you're in control of so much as a point guard that it naturally translates to coaching.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 5. Right side Tatum. Spins. Scores off the spin. Tatum's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, off the dribble, Jason Tatum continues to perfect multiple options in his arsenal.
Outside Edwards. And Porzingis with the block. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
By the way.
Six to shoot. Pass to Gobert. Gobert hammers it home.
All too easy for Mr. Gobert in the painted area. Nicely done.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say.
All right,
because
come on.
his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And here's Edwards outside. The rebound, Celtics. Back to Tatum. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And he misses. Only 2 for 6. Pass to Gobert. The kick out to Conley. And here's Edwards outside. It's Edwards on the wing. Goes back up. Edwards, no problem with the contact.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. White for 3. McDaniels with the rebound.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Outside Edwards. Here's Gobert. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
Here's Edwards. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And he gets it back. Back to Edwards. Fades. Can't hit that one.
Well, it's a make or miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Outside Reed. Back to Clark. To the inside. Alexander Walker with the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
On the wing, Holiday. Outside Porzingis. The rebound by the Timberwolves. 1:16 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Alexander Walker. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
46 seconds left in the second. The three from Craig. And Conley grabs the miss. Minnesota leading by 5. Pass to Edwards. Launches a 3. No good there.
No.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Over to the wing. Shireman. Off target with the 3. And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. Randall on the screen. Here's Edwards. That one off the back iron and out. Here's Hauser. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Minnesota. They lead by 5. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And it really feels like the chemistry of this. Oh, a sensational slam by Amp.
That is big-time strength from Anthony Edwards. He's got the perfect basketball frame.
Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, B.A., when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
Fires from the wing. It's Edwards on the wing. Over Craig. Edwards can't hit.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And he gets it to go off the front iron. Shireman's got his first basket.
Now, this guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
Strong drive by Edwards. Pass to Gobert. The kick out to Edwards. From behind the arc. Horford pulls it in. Celtics trail by 6. And here's Craig. Horford outside. Here's Shireman. Sends it home from three-point land. Shireman's got 5 points.
Well, what a wonderful distribution from Al Horford. This guy's truly unselfish. Any team would love to have him.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Minnesota leading by 3. Here's Edwards. into the lane. It's hauled in by White.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And the shot goes down.
Yeah, good execution and close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Right.
White with a steal. And they're running. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Here's McDaniels. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Pass to Tatum. Four on the clock. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Pass to Conley. No good from outside. Boston trailing. The open shot, White. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. And Minnesota with possession here. Outside McDaniels. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
White, good.
Yeah, Porzingis, because he's a scoring threat, that's going to open up opportunities for him to find his teammates.
Pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Now Edwards. He's guarded by White. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's foul.
Give her a bottle in there. It's a bottle in there with some juice.
Number 2 for him. A minute 42 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. There's Tatum with the three. Tatum drills the three.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Operating inside, Porzingis.
That's what you call using your size in the painted area. Kristaps Porzingis, easy work right there.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Right, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Clock at 6. Craig attacking. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Craig on the wing. Sinks the tray. And it's an 8-point Celtic lead.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Screen by Horford. Jacks up a 3. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so
Lay
it's
down.
Boston.
Get your body and lay down.
Healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their
Give her a
ability
bottle.
to...
36.
Lay down.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Boston leading by 8. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Craig. From 17. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Down low. Here's Horford. Shireman. Off target from three-point range. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points on the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Inside. The kick out to Edwards. Shoots over White. Edwards can't hit.
Great job on the glass. Body's down low, needing to fight for position. That's perfect.
Shoots it from the corner. White. Good. And the Celtics lead by 10.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
Girl, lay down. Go lay down and get your bottle. Go lay down and
what
get...
really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Tatum from long range gets the 3 ball to go. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter.
Have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Outside White. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Edwards. And here's the fast break. Oh, the breakaway. Edwards gets it done on the run.
A huge shot. His three-point shooting has been outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside it, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Celtics. They've led by as many as 11. Left side, Porzingis. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
It's Edwards on the wing. From downtown, Holiday grabs the miss.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Deflected. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. They get it again. And it's Randle with the jam.
Julius Randle under tremendous pressure with the big bucket.
Here's Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. A minute 29 left in the fourth quarter here. To the middle. Back to Edwards. Fires from deep. They get it back. Pass to Gobert. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Outside Conley. Randall on the screen. Back to Conley. And stolen by Holiday. Here we go, one-on-one.
All right.
Pass to Tatum. Now here's White. Porzingis for three. Pure from three-point range.
Excuse me while I flex. That's to my left. You're bad with bad breath.